Next item is Pledge of Allegiance. Would you join us with Matt Anderson, the councilman from Ward 2, pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is citizens to be heard. I have no cards or notes or emails, so I will pass on that one. First item on the agenda is an information matter only regarding posting of the information that goes into item number 2 and 3, especially item number 2, and that is in the form that you could have picked up at the back. I won't read all that because it has a lot of information on it. Item number 2 is consider and approve on the first of 2 readings for ordinance 1991, approving the assessment and renditions of 2025 taxable property is submitted by the Appraisal District, levying a tax rate for $100 evaluation for the City of Rockport, Aransas County, Texas, for tax year 2025 of 0.231403 for the purpose of maintenance and operations, and 0.195072 for the payment of principal and interest on debt of the city, for a total tax rate of 0.426475, providing for a lien on all real and personal property to secure payment of taxes due thereon, containing a severability clause, repealing all ordinances and parts thereof in conflict herewith, and providing an effective date. Ms. Shrauner.
Mayor, Council, thank you. I won't make this go on any longer than necessary. I think we're very comfortable with the numbers. I think you're very comfortable with the numbers. Everybody's familiar with what we're doing, so I'll just do a quick run through so that everything is on the record. And then if you have any questions, certainly stop me, or I'll take those at the end, either way. It worked 2 seconds ago, I swear. Okay, slide number 2. So this second slide gives just the breakout that we have all agreed upon. Maintenance and operation rate of 0.231403 cents. Sorry, I just skipped right over that one. Slide 3. 0.231403 cents per hundred. Interest and sinking, or our debt payment, 0.195072, for a total of 0.426475 cents per hundred valuation. Then this next one talks about a little bit about the increase. The change is 0.021181 cents per hundred with our proposed rate, or a 4.85% increase on an average homestead taxable value. It'll be approximately $158.15, or 10.32%. On the average homestead. So that's the total tax bill will go up $158.15. Does that make sense? Everybody's good with that number? 10.32% increase, and overall we'll get 13.36% more revenue than last year. Those are the basic numbers. I put the capital projects in here again. I'm not going to go over those because they haven't changed from the last meeting or the meeting before that, where we made our adjustments. So those are all still listed there. Remember, it's a bucket of projects. I realize that's labeled country club drainage, and I keep going back to this one because I think it's important, but it is for that whole basin. It is not just benefiting the country club. And that does not mean that a full $800,000 will be allocated to the country club. That means we will allocate enough to complete the project. On any one of those projects, it can be set for the same, so it is a bucket for each project. Those will be competitive bid, it'll be a very open process, and I believe all of them are at a threshold that they will come back to you before any work is done, so y'all will get the, privilege of seeing those again. And then I have, again, our operating, priorities, those have not changed. We've jiggled with them a little bit. We put the V&E down to 500,000. We moved that to the M&O side. Everything else is pretty much the same. And then I have included our debt service chart that we're used to seeing. I would like for this to be a continual thing that we always see and refer to when we're talking to debt. So you'll consistently see this through the years or, as time goes on. I think Robbie's done a good job in providing consistency from year to year in his presentation. So we all get used to seeing the same thing. And I want this to be one of them. That's why I've included it in there. And that's all I have, but I'm happy to take questions or clarify anything that you might need.
I need you to look at this and see if this is the same thing you just said. I heard something that didn't sound quite the same, but I believe this is correct. .042675, which effectively is 11.16% increase in the tax rate. That is correct. Okay.
The average homestead percent increase is 10.32, and the total amount of increase in revenue the city will receive is 13.36, but it's 11.16% increase in rate.
Correct, which is the difference. That's from the percent change off the no new revenue rate. I know we're throwing a lot of percentages out there, but that's where that comes from.
All right.
And
It's
we
not-
actually
I have
had,
a question on that.
Yes, sir. I was about to ask. Go right ahead.
And we've all heard some of these different percentages like Robbie just mentioned and what have you. When a constituent walks up to us in the grocery store and asks us, we're both speaking in layman's terms, not Robbie's terms and what have you. I want to be able to make sure so it sounds like we're somewhere between 10 to 13% tax increases. Is that the way to?
I think the fair answer is 11%.
I would go with 11.1.
Right, because it's 10% on the average homestead. The chances of your house being exactly what the average homestead are zero. And so if you go up $5 or down $5, your percent changes, and then the total increase in revenue at 13% is more than the 11% actual increase. So it's a lot of numbers. We don't provide the numbers. The numbers are provided to us. And the way that they're calculated, and this is just me, are not the way that a logical thinking person would calculate them. Now, I'm not going to say accountants aren't logical thinkers, but they definitely think different. And so I'm with Robbie. I think the fair number is the 11%.
Okay, so for those of us, again, living in the layman's terms on this and what have you, if we're hovering around 11%, that's a reasonable
Not
number.
bashing accountants, just saying they think different. So,
Okay.
Ms.
Thank you.
Morlat's included in that.
We've been through this like 7 times, and that's where I thought we were. I just wanted to make sure, because I think we'll get that question, and we want to be able to answer it correctly. Thank you.
Anyone else? Questions?
You guys have done a good job. You worked really hard, and we're grateful. And staff has done an amazing job. So I just need to take the opportunity to thank you all for what you've done. It's been a good budget year.
We appreciate it. Thank you for the staff. Y'all did a great job. If there are no further questions, I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.426475, which is effectively an 11.16% increase in the tax rate. I have a second. Any further question or debate? If not, we'll call for a vote. Ward 1,
Aye.
Ward 2,
Aye.
Ward 3,
Aye.
Ward 4.
Aye.
Mayor, aye. It is unanimous. Item number 3, discussion on the next step of the process and announcement of the second final reading of the 2025 tax rate will be held on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, at 5 p.m. in the City Council chambers. Ms. Shrauner, anything further?
Nothing further, sir.
If there is nothing further, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. I have a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. It is 12:11. We're adjourned.
Aye.